Hello everyone, welcome to this UEFA Europa Conference League press conference for Hearts. With us, the manager Robbie Neilson, and recently called up to the Australia squad, Cammy Devlin.
We'll do Cammy first. Cammy, how does it feel to be in the Socceroos squad?
Yeah, pretty good. I think everyone kind of knows I've been wanting this for a very long time, and yeah, to finally get it is a good feeling, a relief, and yeah, just very excited. A special day for obviously me and my family, but obviously I've got two games before I get into camp, and we want to win both of them, and that starts tomorrow. So yeah, very excited, but yeah, fully focused on tomorrow. I
know it was one of your goals when you came across here. Does it feel obviously rubber stamping your decision then to come to Scotland? Yeah,
definitely. I think since I've come here, I haven't looked back. I've enjoyed my time so much since I've been here, and we've achieved so much as a team and as a club, and I think one of my first goals was to make the Socceroos, and I think moving to Hearts was definitely something that was going to give me more of a chance of doing that, and I think that's shown now that I've got my first call up, and I know since Natty's come to Hearts, he's got his first Socceroos cap, and obviously Kai Rolls has been influential in the Socceroos getting the World Cup too, so just happy to join them, and yeah, very happy and super excited.
Helping Hearts win games in Europe may help you get on the plane to Qatar in November.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I've always said that I want to be in the Socceroos, but the only way to make that possible is if I perform week in, week out with Hearts, and obviously I've earned my first call up, and that's just the first step of hopefully, obviously the goal is to go to the World Cup, and pretty surreal feeling even getting the chance to talk about that. So focused on making that possible, but like I've always said, the only way that will even be a possibility, and something that I can even think about, is if I just perform for Hearts every time I get to put the jersey on.
Okay, got Robbie now? Yeah. Robbie, almost film there. Robbie, this justifies Cammy, doesn't it come across, and how can you help him achieve his goal?
Yeah, well, he deserves all the credit himself. Cammy's come over, and it's a big move to come across to Europe, but then to come and play regularly, and that's been the key for him. So now he's managed to get in the squad. It's about getting game time in the squad, but that all comes back from playing well for Hearts. So it works both ways.
In terms of tomorrow night, can you update us with the squad?
Yeah, we've got a full squad travel through. Forrest's here, Halkett's here. The ones that are missing at the moment are Binningham, Boyce, and who else have we got? The one that's injured.
That must be a relief to you, because Craig has been missing so long, and he's been at the heartbeat of everything.
Yeah, he's been important for us, but the problems we've had recently is the selection of the back three / back four, because we've had a lot of injuries with obviously Rolls out, we've had Halkett out, we've had Kingsley out, Michael Smith, Atkinson. It's made it difficult to get a real set group, so now we're starting to get them back now. It makes it a little bit easier to get that stability in the team.
In terms of this match tomorrow against Riga, what do you expect from the hosts tomorrow, and how surprised, or if you were surprised at all, that they actually managed to draw last week?
I wasn't surprised, to be honest. Very, very well organised team. They can play a couple of formations, they'll play 3 at the back, 4 at the back. They seem to rotate through that, but good physicality, good strength in their team, good organisation, and then Illich up front, who scored a number of goals last season and carried into the group stages this year.
What do you need to do then to get the victory tomorrow, and what needs to change, and what hasn't been happening in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, but I think as I go back to the stability of selection is important for us. Getting Halkett back in will help us. But other than that, it's getting back to what we're good at, which is passing the ball, getting in good areas, and getting our key players on the ball higher up the pitch. And if we can do that, then I'm confident we can get the win.
I know it was a defeat last week. A win tomorrow could put you second in the group.
Yeah,
is that a carrot there for the players?
We're very, very early in this group stage, so yes, we get beat last week and we're disappointed with the result, but we're only one game into a 6 group stage section, so it's important we just focus on this one. If we can get a result tomorrow night, it'd be fantastic. It puts us in a good position to then have Fiorentina home and away.
Does it help that Riga aren't playing at home? In terms
to be honest, they played here against Linfield, so they'll be used to the stadium. I'm pretty sure they've played here quite regularly as well throughout the season, so I don't think it'll be a huge disadvantage to them. For us, it looks not seen it, but from here it looks like a great surface, good stadium, and I think we're bringing quite a big selection of Jambos over for Edinburgh, so I'm sure it'll be a great atmosphere.
We've just heard it's a sellout, 7,000.
That'd be absolutely fantastic. Hopefully there's about 6,500 Jambos here.
Did you kind of not did you not want to think about the World Cup, or how have you kind of viewed it when the squads have been announced and you've not been in them?
I think it's pretty hard, knowing in the back of your head that there is a World Cup in November. I think it's pretty hard. Someone like me who's desperate to be there, to not think about it, but just reiterating what I've said so many times, if I don't play well for Hearts, then it won't even be a consideration of getting to the World Cup. So that's my main focus. Obviously, playing for your country for anyone is a childhood dream come true, isn't it? So knowing that could be possible is amazing, but yeah, I just got to get my head down and work as hard as I can every time I put the jersey on, and fingers crossed.
Was there a stage when you thought it might not happen? Just the World Cup itself, given squads it's getting closer and closer?
No, I think I believe in myself, and obviously I picked up an injury the back end of last season, which I think might have hindered me, might have not, I'm not sure. But no, I always believe in myself. I knew there was a camp coming up next week, and just thought if I start the season strong, that I could be a chance, and lucky enough I've been selected.
And with other guys in the squad as well, means it's quite a nice kind of group you've got. All the Jambos basically heading back home.
Yeah, no, there's having the two other boys, especially in the team, is unreal, and yeah, something that we do talk about, and yeah, they're good mates of mine, so it makes it all the more better, doesn't it?
Can I ask one? So I was just to say, Cammy, that the manager's touched on it as well, but you've took the chance to play against teams like France at the World Cup in Qatar. I mean, there's no real more incentive there for you to give your all for Hearts between now and then, so it's only going to be win-win for you guys, hopefully. Yeah, exactly right. You couldn't have said it better. There's obviously best players in the world playing for France, and I think a player like me doesn't really need much of an incentive to give my all, but obviously that's just another thing, isn't it, to work that extra bit harder. Good evening, I'm Latvian football journalist Edmunds Novickis. I have a question for head coach. After the first round result, when you got a heavy loss and understandings, and later on you have 2 games against Fiorentina, can we say that this game tomorrow here in Riga is like all or nothing game for you, and even a draw is a very bad result?
No, I think it's an important game for us, as they all are. You know, we play Fiorentina at home, play them away, play Riga's at home. They're all important games for us. This will be a difficult game, you know. RFS are a very experienced European team. You know, since the last time we were in Europe, we played 15 games. So, you know, we come here tomorrow night, and we have to make sure we implement our game plan, and hopefully that's enough to win the game. But I wouldn't say it's a make or break game. We'd like to win it. If we win it, great. If we don't, then we move on to the next one.
And one more question. You already said that RFS can play with 3 central defenders or 2 central defenders. From tactical point of view, is it important for your team and your game plan?
No, we've covered both aspects of it. You know, when you watch them, they, you know, 10 team in a 4 move into a 3 at times with Saric moving back in there. So, you know, we're quite comfortable either way.
Cammy, Robbie said last week that Europe's different. Everything about it's different feel about it. Playing in it, what are the differences for you? What surprised you? Because you've kind of hit the ground running. Personally, you've done well. What's been the kind of differences?
I think just the whole aspect of it being a European night. I think especially the ones at Tynecastle, playing under the lights we've had sellouts both times we've played there. It just has that little bit more meaning. It's a little bit more special, isn't it? And for a club like Hearts to be back in Europe after so long is so special and means so much to the fans and to the club. So yeah, the idea of playing in Europe is really cool for someone like myself, and I know all the boys and the whole club and the fans especially is so excited about it. And yeah, obviously last week wasn't the result we wanted, but it's another opportunity tomorrow to be better and to get a win, and yeah, we just can't wait for it.
Robbie, when you talk about that stability over team selection, just how big is it having Craig back, just given how big a player he's been for you over the last season and a bit?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think it's important having the majority of players back. Went through a period probably 2 weeks ago with the day our first team players out. We've managed to get most of them back now. You know, it gives you that stability of selection as well, and some options as well if we need to change things. So, you know, we originally thought at the start of the season, in last season as well, we played the 3-4-3. We had to alter that. You know, hopefully we can get back to that with players coming back into the group again, and it then allows us to kind of have that stability and continuity through the season. So, good to get them back.
Robbie, how important is it if somebody's going to score first tomorrow night that it's Hearts? You obviously scored first in Zurich and got a right lift from that at the time, and had a right good first half in that game, albeit lost ultimately. Do you think scoring first is important in this game?
it's important, yeah, but you know, we were talking about it just there. Celtic scored first about 20 minutes ago and they're 2-1 down, so you know, it's not the big thing. The most important thing is getting the result at the end. You know, we know, you know, coming here it's, you know, different atmosphere from we're used to, slightly smaller stadium, but you know, the experience that we've got in Europe is very limited, so we have to make sure we take some of the stuff we've learned from the Istanbul game into this, you know, not too expansive, make sure we stay in the game at times, but also make sure we take our chances like we had last week, but we never took them.
The pitch looks reasonably tight from what we can see from here. Could that suit you? Obviously, you're used to a tight pitch at times.
Yeah, I think it will. You know, I've just obviously we didn't get a chance tonight to go on it because we were late arriving, so we'll go on it tomorrow. But you know, it looks like a good surface, tight pitch. Hopefully, it suits us.